big mistake to buy a car without hearing this information, because dealerships won't tell you this. So today we are looking at the BMW X3 as an example. So there's different financing methods when you are going to be buying a car. You can opt to lease or an installment sale agreement. So normally with leasing is when you know that you won't be doing a lot of kilometers per annum. You'll just be maybe driving less than or around 20,000 kilometers per annum, and you know that you want to return the car in less than 5 years. So it's a better option, but it's also good to know, is it a good deal or not. So here we are looking at the X3 20D X Drive. So this is what they have on offer on their website, and then we'll choose one of the cars. So if you already know that you'll be doing a lot of kilometers, just already opt to buy the car through an installment sale agreement. But what you'll be asking yourself is, are you doing balloon deposit and all that? So first example, let's say we are going to be leasing this car. Obviously we are not going to be paying any deposit on it, so it's going to be a lease of 48 months, and they'll want you to do maximum 80,000 kilometers. So your installment here is going to be around 18,000 rents. That's how much you are going to be paying. But if you are moving on to a BMW installment sale agreement over 22 months with balloon, your installment is also around 18,000. Here the interest rate is 11.59%. The previous one, the interest rate was 11.03%. So also here it's important to note that your balloon payment is kept at 35%. Even if you try moving it, they cap it at 35%. And if you decide to buy this car with no balloon payment, no deposit over 72 months with an interest rate of 11.51, you'll end up paying an installment of around 22,000 on this particular car. Same car, you'll be paying 22,000 because the car costs around 1.17 million rands. And if you happen to say that you'll pay 10% deposit, which makes it around 100,000 your deposit and the no balloon payment, now your installment is going to be shifting to around 20,000 rand a month. And also your total cost of credit, you end up saving around 47,000 versus if you are not going to be paying any deposit. But this is really up to you how you want to be financing it. But the main aim of this video is just to take you through how much is leasing, like is leasing a good deal or not. So for this particular deal, I've already listed what the different metrics are. So if we go with the leasing route, the guaranteed future value here is at 60%. The guaranteed future value, meaning that when you do return the car will not drop beyond this value. But if there's any damages to the car, they'll want you to be paying for this car. Remember, with balloon payment, even if the car now maybe drops to that lower than that value of maybe 35%, it's up to you now to be financing the difference. They don't guarantee that it will stay at that particular price. So is leasing cheaper in this case? So to assess if leasing is cheaper, you have to look at firstly, what is the lease cost versus the value of the car. So over the 48 months, if we are paying this 18,719, we'll end up paying 898,512, and the car value is at 1.117 million. So it comes to 77%, and they say that for a good lease should be below 60% because you are still going to be returning this particular car. So you can already see that this particular lease is highly priced. And then as well as another two option to check if this is a good lease or not is the depreciation versus what you are paying on the car. So depreciation, how you calculate it, is the cost of the car minus the residual value. So it brings us to 464,782. And then you divide it by the term, which is 48 months, and it gives you a depreciation of 9,600. And remember, here we are paying an installment of 8,000, which makes the difference 9,000. So they say that for a good deal, it just needs to be a little off with like a bit of maybe admin costs or a little bit of interest. You can see here depreciation and the interest that we are paying on this particular car is quite a lot. It's almost the same value, which is quite high, because they are saying with leasing you are actually paying for the right to use the car. But you can see here we're not only just paying for that, we're paying way more. And then number 3, it's the present value method to assess. So the present value method is if considering all the payments that you are going to be making in the next 4 years, bringing it to today's value, how much is it going to be? So they say that it has to be 90% of the value of the car. If it's below 90%, it's a good deal. If it's beyond 90%, it means that it's highly priced. You're paying a lot for this particular car. So when we do a present value calculation, our present value comes to 1.1 million. It actually exceeds the value of the car, so it comes to above 101%, meaning that this deal is actually highly priced. Leasing is expensive, but with many deals here in South Africa, leasing is expensive. It's just that it gives you that comfort that when you do return the car after 3 years or after 4 years, it wouldn't have lost value. You'll just be paying for those damages. But it's important to know beforehand, what are you planning to do with the car? Are you planning to return it, or are you planning to keep it? But